Then one day I came upon a bear cub that had got himself into a real fix. The cub was mighty weak and hungry, and I didn't get to him none too soon. I started nursing him back to health with a diet of sweet water and honeycomb. Now, that cub had a born instinct for surviving. No, cub. Those berries are no good. I ate them. They'll make you sick. All right. Don't say I didn't try and warn you. But he seemed to know what he was doing. And after all, he'd been out in the wilds longer than me. And that's how I learned the difference between Saskatoons and corn lilies. Well, I decided to call that cub Ben, after Benjamin Franklin, the smartest man I ever heard tell of. Seemed fitting, since that cub was the smartest bear I ever met. By following that bear around, I learned about all sorts of foods. There was wild duck, pea vine, Indian turnips, onions. I found out that a human could eat almost anything a bear does. Well, I knew that cub couldn't go chasing after me all through the mountains, so I decided to build a little camp. Figured we'd stay put for a while, at least till I could figure out what to do next. While I was busy building my lean-to, Ben was out getting acquainted with the neighbors. But I think Ben's curiosity started getting him in over his head. So I decided to keep a leash on him so he wouldn't go running off and getting into trouble. Ben's antisocial behavior started getting him in over his head. Critter in this neck of the woods running for cover every time they see you. And I want you to make friends with them. This here's Martha Washington. I want you to say howdy. Well, say howdy. Look how nervous you got her. All right, Miss Washington. There you go. Now, that's more like it. By this time, Ben and me was getting to be like family to each other. He come to depend on me, and I can't deny I enjoyed his company. So we just settled down to make a nice, peaceful lives for ourselves. It's so quiet out in the wilderness. There comes a time you start hearing every sound there is. Well, I knew I heard something up in those rocks, but I didn't have any idea what it could be. I figured whatever it was, as long as it didn't bother me, I wouldn't bother it. had taken a long, hard fall. And to tell you the truth, I didn't expect to find him still breathing. The Indian's leg was broken, and I knew I had to set the bone back in place, but I couldn't do it there. I had to get him back to my camp. I built a travois to carry the Indian. Being unconscious, the rough traveling didn't seem to bother him. Well, that night I set his leg in a splint, and he seemed to be breathing more regular. Didn't seem to be getting any worse. I felt so helpless. I didn't know what else to do for the Indian. I didn't know if he was going to live or die. All I could do was try and make him comfortable and wait till his fever broke. You must be local. I'm your friend. Yeah. Friend! I'm trying to help you. Now simmer down. That was crazy. Could have hurt that leg of yours really bad. All that struggling of his has knocked him out again. So I had to pull him back into the lean-to. I don't mind telling you. From then on, I slept with one eye open. Of course, he slept with both eyes closed. Hardtack. We'll go on and have some. I'll put it down here in case you change your mind. You broke it. I think I got it set good, though. I had to take your knife last night. You were out of your head, and I thought you might hurt somebody. Mainly me. I'll give it back to you, though, when you're well enough to leave. You better eat that. It don't taste like much, but it'll fill you up. Uh-huh.